Hey everyone, welcome to the channel for another Escape from Tarkov video. In this one, I'll be updating my helmet guide with some of the new items and changes introduced in the 0.12 patch. There's quite a few helmet options in Escape from Tarkov, and without some pretty detailed knowledge of the game, it can be tough to pick out the ones worth using and the ones that aren't really worth the space on your head. Helmets haven't gone through as many changes in this patch as the body armor, which has received a ton of changes and buffs since the start of the patch, and you can find my updated guide on body armor on the channel with a link in the description of this video as well. That being said, there's been some new additions and tweaks to the helmets in the 0.12 patch, and in this video I'll be going over every helmet in the game and talking about how you can get them and how effective they are when used. Keep in mind that because the game is a work in progress, things can change at any time. I'll try and keep this video up to date with any changes by noting them in the description. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the helmets available to players in Escape from Tarkov. To start off, I'll go over the helmets with the lowest armor in the game, the Class 2 helmets. As a general description that applies to all of these items, they aren't very effective, and in my honest opinion, you're generally better off wearing no helmet at all. To start off, we have the KOLPAK RIOT helmet, an old classic of the game that's been around as long as I can remember. This helmet is sold by Ragman level 1 for about 8,000 rubles and can be commonly found on scavs. While this helmet might save you from a shotgun blast if you're lucky, as I said before, its disadvantages are pretty stiff in comparison. On top of the low protection, it comes with a 2% movement penalty, 10% turning penalty, and 5% ergonomics penalty. Next up, we have two helmets that you'll often find on scavs, but can't purchase and wouldn't be worth the money even if you could. First is the DJETA RIOT helmet, which is basically a new version of the KOLPAK with higher durability. Again, this helmet provides very low protection, limits your hearing, and also comes with pretty stiff mobility penalties, a 12% turning penalty and 14% ergonomics penalty. The last level 2 helmet is the FIREFIGHTER helmet, which is actually worse than the other two because the face shield apparently offers no protection according to the wiki. This helmet also comes with a 12% turning penalty and 10% ergonomics penalty. Now we move into the Class 3 helmets, which is the first decent head protection available and contains a few pretty useful pieces of armor which most players will get a lot of use out of during the mid-game. These helmets will block most pistol and shotgun rounds, as well as low penetration rifle rounds, but a direct hit from even mid-tier ammo will generally punch right through. However, many of these helmets have a high ricochet chance, which means you can get lucky and survive shots that otherwise might have killed you. First up, we have the SSH steel helmet, the first Class 3 helmet available, sold by Ragman level 1 for about 18,000 rubles with 30 durability. This helmet protects the top and back of your head, is made of steel, and has a high ricochet chance. This helmet doesn't reduce your hearing, it works with contacts, and has a 2% movement penalty, 8% turning penalty, and 13% ergonomics penalty. This helmet is actually surprisingly effective for its low price tag, and while it looks a bit silly, it has a pretty decent chance to save your life. The 6B47 RATNIK helmet is the first modern military helmet most players will be able to access. It's sold by Ragman level 2 for about 30,000 rubles, or you can trade 2 bleach for the normal version or 7 dog tags for the camouflage version. This helmet protects the ears, top, and back of the head with Class 3 armor at 25 durability. It has a high ricochet chance and is made of aluminum, a fairly low durability material. This helmet has low hearing reduction, works with contacts, and has a 1% movement penalty, 5% turning penalty, and 2% ergonomics penalty. You can also use night vision with these helmets, and the 6B47 is one of the first helmets you can use for night vision raids. While slightly less durable and more expensive than the SSH, the 6B47 is very versatile and provides way lighter mobility penalties. The Kiver helmet is a long-time staple of Tarkov and has been around as long as I can remember in the game and in memes, serving as the best form of early game full face protection you have available. The Kiver is sold by Ragman level 2 for about 30,000 rubles and protects the ears, top, and back of the head with Class 3 armor at 30 durability, with a medium ricochet chance. There's also a face shield available at level 2 Ragman for 20,000 rubles that gives you Class 3 armor over the face. The Kiver is made of high-weight polyethylene, the most durable material in the game, so it can stop quite a few low penetration rounds before breaking down. While the Kiver does have a high sound reduction and doesn't take contacts, the mobility penalties are not too bad. A 3% movement penalty, 5% turning penalty, and 1% ergonomics penalty. All things considered, the Kiver is one of my main early to mid-game helmets for close quarters maps because it can take a beating from shotguns, pistols, and SMGs without breaking down too quickly. The LZSH helmet is sold by Ragman Level 2 for about 50,000 rubles. And while it's somewhat expensive for a Class 3 helmet, it's also the most versatile, and even at high levels, it's pretty useful. This helmet protects the top and back of the head with Class 3 armor, is made of aramid fiber, and has 30 total durability points with a medium ricochet chance. Because it doesn't cover the ears, this helmet has no sound reduction, it works with contacts, and has nice mobility stats. A 1% movement penalty, 7% turning penalty, and no ergonomics penalty. What really makes this helmet shine isn't its armor stats though, but the fact that it's a more affordable version of the Fast MT helmet and can use most of the same accessories as well as night vision. This helmet can take the expensive side armor and face mandible, but more importantly can use the ballistic face shield sold by Peacekeeper Level 4 for about $320. The LZSH is one of few helmets in the game that can equip a face shield and contacts at the same time, and is by far the cheapest helmet that can use both, making it a pretty good choice for those situations where you want full face protection and extended hearing range. The SFERA-M helmet is sold by Ragman Level 2 for about 80,000 rubles, and covers the ears, top, and back of the head with 80 durability. This helmet is made of steel, a fairly durable material, has a medium ricochet chance, high sound reduction, and doesn't work with contacts, face shields, or night vision. While it does have good coverage and durability, ultimately I think the lack of a face shield or any hearing upgrades makes it somewhat lackluster for a helmet. The helmet also has a 2% movement penalty, 10% turning penalty, and 3% ergonomics penalty. While some people may have a different opinion, I don't really see an advantage to this helmet and will generally sell it and use the rubles for something else. Next, we have the UN helmet, which, while offering decent protection, has a disadvantage that's pretty easy to spot. It's bright blue, which is the total opposite of effective camouflage. The UN helmet is sold by Peacekeeper Level 2 for about $215, which is a pretty significant price reduction from previous patches. Or you can trade Ragman 2 pairs of anti-fragmentation goggles as well. The helmet is made of aramid fiber with 25 durability. It has a high ricochet chance, low sound reduction, and can use contacts. The mobility penalties are a bit higher as well, at a 2% movement penalty, 10% turning penalty, and 2% ergonomics penalty. For the price, this helmet does offer alright protection, but in my opinion, I just dislike how easy it is to spot from a long distance away, and I'll generally only wear it for quests. Finally, the last level 3 head armor to cover is one of the most unique in the game. The DevTac Ronin Ballistic Mask, sold by Ragman Level 4 for over 170,000 rubles. This isn't really a helmet by definition, but a full face mask that covers the whole head with level 3 armor while giving no visibility reduction. It has a fairly high durability at 60 points, but a low ricochet chance, and it's made of aramid fiber and significantly reduces your hearing. You also can't equip contacts or night vision with this mask, so other than the full face protection it offers, this thing is really full of disadvantages. That covers it for the level 3 helmets, and now we move on to the class 4 helmets, which have quite a few options and received a few new items in the 0.12 patch. Class 4 armor is a pretty decent upgrade from Class 3, providing reliable protection from basic rifle rounds and a moderate chance to stop mid-tier armor-piercing rounds as well. These helmets are more expensive than the Class 3 options, but generally offer pretty good protection for the money spent and are staples of mid to high level builds. To start off the Class 4 helmets, I'll take a look at a new addition in patch 0.12, the MICH series helmets. There's 2 different helmets of this type, but in all honesty, they're almost identical. The TC2001 version is sold by Peacekeeper Level 2 for about $460, covering the top and back of the head with level 4 armor at 25 durability points. The second variant, the TC2002, is sold by Peacekeeper Level 3, and the only difference between the 2 versions is an extra 2 durability points. The helmet is made of combined materials, giving it decent overall durability, has a high ricochet chance, and no sound reduction. You can use contacts and night vision with this helmet, and you can also add the slap armor plate to make it a Class 5 armor. For mobility stats, This helmet has a 2% movement penalty, 8% turning penalty, and 2% ergonomics penalty. Personally, I think this helmet is a great addition to the lineup, and while it has a somewhat low durability, I think the price point is good, and you unlock it earlier than most other Class 4 helmets, which is kind of an advantage in itself. Next up, we have the HiCom Striker ULACH helmet, sold by Ragman Level 4, 81,000 rubles for the black version and 64,000 rubles for the tan version. The ULACH covers the ears, top, and back of the head with Class 4 armor at 38 durability, and is made of high-weight polyethylene, the most durable material in the game. It also has a high ricochet chance, making it an effective, durable helmet in many situations. While it has a low sound reduction and works with contacts, unlike the MICH helmet, it has no night vision mounts. In many ways, these helmets are a straight upgrade from the MICH series, though that upgrade comes with a pretty significantly higher price, and they're unlocked for purchase pretty late in the game as well. For mobility, the ULACH has a 2% movement penalty, 10% turning penalty, and 3% ergonomics penalty. These are definitely some of the best all-purpose helmets in the game, and for 64,000 rubles, I think the tan version is really cost-effective. The ACHHC helmet is a high-cut version of the Striker helmet, almost identical to the ULACH but with slightly lower protection and higher mobility. You can buy this helmet from Ragman Level 3, about 57,000 rubles for either the black or green versions, and they cover the top and back of the head with 30 durability. This helmet has no sound reduction and also works with contacts, but it has no night vision mounts. For mobility, it has a 2% movement penalty, 7% turning penalty, and 2% ergonomics penalty. I think the ACHHC is a good upgrade from the MICH helmets as it offers better protection for basically the same price, but it's unlocked a little bit later in the game. Overall, the ULACH has better protection, but this helmet is pretty comparable and costs significantly less money to purchase. Next up, we have the ZSH-12M helmet. Essentially an upgrade from the Kiver helmet as it serves much the same purpose. You can buy the green ZSH helmet from Ragman Level 3 for about 60,000 rubles, with a Class 3 armor face shield also sold at Level 3 Ragman for about 20,000 rubles. However, if you complete Chemical Part 4 and turn the quest into Skier, it unlocks the black version of this helmet at Level 3 Ragman for about 40,000 rubles. This helmet covers the ears, top, and back of the head with 30 durability points, and is made of combined materials, a somewhat high durability material in the game. For mobility stats, the ZSH has a 3% movement penalty, 8% turning penalty, and a 2% ergonomics penalty. Like the Kiver, this helmet has a high sound reduction and doesn't work with contacts, so it reduces your hearing pretty significantly. However, the trade-off is that this helmet, especially the black version, is probably the best bang for your buck if you're just looking for solid full face protection. Next on the list is the FAST-MT helmet, a very expensive but also highly effective piece of equipment that will absolutely eat into your bank account if you burn through too many of them. The FAST-MT can be purchased for about 100,000 rubles from Ragman Level 3, and Peacekeeper Level 4 will sell you a black version for about the same price. This helmet will protect the top and back of your head with a total of 40 durability and is made of combined materials. It also has a high ricochet chance, so overall it offers pretty solid protection. On top of this, the FAST helmet has no sound reduction and really good mobility stats, a 1% movement penalty, 7% turning penalty, and no ergonomics penalty. These helmets work with contacts and night vision, and also have a bunch of attachments you can add, all sold by Peacekeeper Level 4, though in my opinion, they aren't super effective. The side armor and mandible can be purchased for about $550 altogether, and protect your ears with Level 3 armor and most of your face with Level 2 armor. While it doesn't obscure your vision, you can't wear contacts with this setup, and the Level 2 face armor offers no real protection. The ballistic face shield is about $320 and offers more reliable Level 3 face armor while also letting you wear contacts, so I think it's much more practical. Finally, the FAST helmet can also fit the slap armor plate, which bumps up the armor class to 5, though almost doubles the price of the helmet as well. Overall, I think the FAST-MT is a great option, but only if you're pretty loaded up on cash and are okay with spending a lot more to maximize your potential protection. The CRYE airframe helmet is in many ways a slightly better FAST-MT and probably has the best balance of protection, mobility, and situational awareness in the entire game. The helmet itself can be purchased from Peacekeeper level 4 for about $1,200, covering the top and back of the head with 40 durability and a high ricochet chance. Like the Fast MT, it's made of combined materials, works with contacts and night vision, and has some unique attachments of its own, again sold by Peacekeeper level 4. First, the airframe ears cost about $360 and add class 3 ear armor to the helmet. The real attraction for this helmet though is the airframe chops, which can be traded for one GPX phone and adds class 3 armor to the ears and part of the face, which doesn't obscure your vision. You can also stack the Ops Core ballistic face shield over the chops to essentially have 2 layers of class 3 armor over your face while still being able to wear contacts. You can even use night vision with the chops, making this the only helmet that can protect your face while wearing night vision. On top of all these advantages, the airframe has no movement penalty, a 3% turning penalty, and a 3% ergonomics penalty. Like the Fast MT, this helmet is one of those items that's extremely effective and offers a ton of advantages, but is only really attainable once you're pretty rich and willing to spend upwards of 200,000 rubles on a helmet. Finally, we come to another new addition in the 0.12 patch, the LSHZ helmet, which is sold by Ragman level 3 for about 120,000 rubles. This helmet covers the ears, top, and back of the head with a total of 55 durability, is made of combined materials, and has a high ricochet chance. You can also get a face shield for about 35,000 rubles and additional neck armor for about the same price from Ragman level 4. The face shield for this helmet is one of the few class 4 face shields in the game, and the neck armor is actually class 5, which gives you very good protection to the back of your head. For mobility stats, it starts with a 3% movement penalty, 15% turning penalty, and 10% ergonomics penalty, and each attachment just makes those numbers go up higher. While it's expensive at about 200,000 rubles when fully upgraded, and significantly reduces your hearing, this helmet actually offers great overall protection, and on a few occasions I've taken multiple rifle rounds to the face and walked away afterwards. Finally, the last class 4 helmet sort of falls in a very weird middle ground, because while the helmet itself is only class 4 and not exactly amazing, the face shield is one of the only pieces of class 6 head armor in the game. You can get the MASKA from Ragman level 3 for 3 GP coins, or you can pick up a custom version off the interchange scav boss Killa. The helmet itself is class 4 armor, covers the ears, top, and back of the head, is made of steel, and has a medium ricochet chance. It also has high sound reduction and doesn't work with contacts. The face shield for this helmet, as I mentioned, is class 6 armor, which is the strongest in the game and offers effective protection over the entire face but extremely reduces your visibility. You can get this shield for another 2 GP coins from Ragman level 4. For mobility stats, this helmet has a 3% movement penalty, 6% turning penalty, and 7% ergonomics penalty. But if you add the face shield, that becomes a 26% ergonomics penalty, which is kind of insane. So I don't really use this helmet, but I do know that it can stop some pretty big bullets. Finally, the last group of helmets in Escape from Tarkov are the class 5 and 6 armor helmets, and currently there's only one of each, so I'm grouping them together as the 2 Juggernaut class helmets in the game. These helmets offer the highest chance in the game of saving your brains from becoming soup after your enemy pulls the trigger, but they're also both very expensive, hard to come by, and heavy. While they come with their fair share of disadvantages, it's hard to dispute the protection they offer, and they can save you from being killed by anyone not specifically geared to deal with high-level armor. First up is the Alten helmet, a fairly iconic piece of gear that has a distinctive look and also the distinct advantage of being the only full-face class 5 helmet in the game. You can trade 5 red pliers, 5 measuring tapes, and 4 yellow pliers for the helmet at Ragman level 4, and you can get the face shield for a trade of 6 dog tags, or 4 pieces of plexiglass, or 3 damaged Alten face shields. The helmet itself covers the ears, top, and back of the head with 45 durability, and the shield covers the entire face with 50 durability. Both are made of steel and have a high ricochet chance, so almost without challenge, the Alten offers the highest level of full face protection in the game. However, the face shield limits a lot of visibility, and the helmet has high sound reduction. The mobility on this helmet is also poor, a 7% movement penalty, 17% turning penalty, and 6% ergonomics penalty, made even worse with the face shield. Despite these disadvantages, I still have to classify this helmet among my favorite pieces of gear in the game, simply because it's the only one that gives you full face level 5 armor. Finally, the last helmet I have to go over is the Vulcan, the most expensive piece of armor in the game, and largely because of that, one of the least used as well. The helmet itself is sold by Ragman level 4 and comes in at a staggering 278,000 rubles, covering the ears, top, and back of the head in class 6 armor, with 55 durability and a high ricochet chance. You can also trade 7 plexiglass for a class 4 face shield at Ragman level 4, which has 85 total durability, which is pretty high for a face shield. While this helmet technically offers the strongest head protection in the game, it's also ridiculously expensive, and in my opinion, the class 4 face shield negates the advantages of having a class 6 helmet. On top of this, it has pretty insane mobility penalties. A 7% movement penalty, 33% turning penalty, and 20% ergonomics penalty, even higher with the face shield added. This helmet might save you from some pretty strong rounds, but I think the pricing is a bit crazy, and even if I find one on another player, I tend to just sell it for the profit. With that, this video covering all the helmets in Escape from Tarkov comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a better sense of what the difference between all the various helmets in the game really is. It can be hard to tell sometimes without a lot of trial and error, so hopefully this takes care of some of that for you. I'll be a little bit slow on the streaming front for a while after this video releases, but in the new year you can catch me streaming Tarkov on Twitch at twitch.tv/jdogthewise, and it'd be great to see you drop by, so I'll leave a link for that down in the description. Thanks for checking out the video. As always, feel free to leave any comments, corrections, or suggestions down below, and until next time, stay safe in Tarkov City.